She asked me if I had olive oil. I'm thinking she's going to cook something. I'm thinking she's going to cook something before the show starts. I was like, what the fuck? Nope. She wants olive oil to lather her body in. She's got ashy skin, so I want olive oil. Listen to me. This is the weirdest thing.
It's the Parlor with Harris and Myles.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, here we are once again. Thank you for joining us. Today, I always have a special guest, as I always say, but I have a rather unique guest today. She's not a famous actress. She's not a famous singer, but, folks, I got to tell you, she's got the most important job of all. She's a supermom first, entrepreneur second. Ladies and gentlemen, Los Angeles supermom and entrepreneur Donna Umali. Da-da-da-da-da. Da-da-da-da-da. That's just my little intro I do for people. It's rather new.
I like it.
How's it going?
Good. Let me get situated here.
Yeah.
There. I can do it.
Oh, you got it. That's, you know what? Oh, you pulled that out. But here, let me help you out. But I can tell you. Oh, there you go. You got it on a lot faster than some other guests, but now that we're doing it a second time, I don't know, I may have to take that back.
All right, there we go. Got to make sure the crown is in place.
Nailed it.
All right.
Look at that. Sounds good?
I think so.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Overall, today has been a pretty good day.
Good. And, why don't you tell the world, because I introduced you as supermom and entrepreneur. You're a mom of...
Oh, I have 4 children.
4 children?
Under the age of, one will turn 13 soon, so there's pretty much every 2 years. I guess I was on a schedule that I didn't know about.
Okay.
I also have chickens. I'm a chicken mom.
She's a chicken mom.
Yeah.
That is super.
I'm actually getting new chicks soon.
Really?
Yeah.
Can I ask you a pretty morbid question? Do you eat them or are they pets?
Oh, yes. So, when you start having chickens, you should have that conversation before you get the chickens.
With the chickens? Oh, not with the chickens. Listen, guys, I'm going to fucking eat you. Like that kind of thing? Or?
I have talked to the chickens.
Yeah, I don't doubt that.
And I do tell them that they can live in retirement. It's okay. They don't have to live in fear.
That's very sweet of you. Do you think they understand?
No.
She doesn't eat the chickens. She just has them as pets. Yes?
They are 100% pets.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
That is unique. What an interesting start with a unique guest on the podcast. Mother of 4. And how many chickens?
6.
So your 4 that you mentioned, those are not chickens, right?
No,
Okay.
they're not chickens. They're 3 girls and a boy, human.
Human. So she has 4 human children and 6 chicken children.
Mm-hmm.
That is unique, I gotta say. How long have you lived here in Los Angeles?
So I've actually spent most of my life here in California, in LA. I spent a tiny bit in OC, but maybe that's a fraction of the time I spent in LA.
Okay. And how long has that been?
21 years.
21 years in Los Angeles. And a lot of people that have been here for over a decade, 2 in your case, tend to develop a stigma that they come to understand based on experiences in a city, especially one like Los Angeles. So as a 21-year resident of Los Angeles, what can you tell us about some of the stigmas that are true or false? I don't know. Have you developed any of your own? Based on truth?
Well, okay. First of all, I was born and raised in Hawaii, so all of my knowledge of people is kind of different from the rest of the world. We live with aloha, You know
how I know you were born in Hawaii?
Why?
Because you called it Hawaii.
Oh.
We don't, over here, I say Americans, but over here, we don't say Hawaii. We say Hawaii.
Yeah, Hawaii.
But only people from Hawaii say Hawaii. So I just wanted to interject. Continue. I'm sorry.
But that's not the most proper way of saying it. I'm actually
Really?
cheating. Yeah.
Really?
It's Hawaii. The W is a V sound.
Is this for? Are you really? Is this for real?
You think I would kid like that on your show?
On the Parlor? Because we do nothing but fucking kid on the Parlor. You could be pulling my. Are you serious?
Yes.
I'm kind of gullible here too.
Hawaii is the most.
So you're German. You guys are German over there.
You know what? Since we don't know, maybe there could have been an infusion. I don't.
Okay, so continue with what you're saying about being from Hawaii and the aloha and.
There is no majority in Hawaii. You're pretty much all minority, even the white people. So, so basically, you have to kind of like learn to live with each other on an island. And so everybody, me growing up, I always address my family members as auntie, uncle, cousin, whatever. But I also do that to strangers as well.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah.
You didn't call me auntie. She lied. How can you just tell me that to my face right now? You did not call me uncle or auntie when you met me.
No, I didn't even call you cousin.
You didn't call me any of that. So am I just not in that stranger circle of yours?
Well, if you start doing that all the time, then it's kind of a weird
It loses
thing.
its meaning, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I understand. So are these only residents of Hawaii that you say cuz to or uncle and auntie, or is it?
No, I say it here too.
Oh well. Okay.
If I see an old lady, especially, and I don't know her name and she's a perfect stranger, I will call her auntie.
So it's like a term of endearment in your sense.
I think it's just a better word than hey you.
Okay.
But
Auntie. Uncle.
Hey
you.
Yeah, hey you doesn't feel like kind or anything like that.
Yeah, I could see that.
But I do have a sense of like this connection with people, even if I don't know anything about them. I mean, we just kind of met, so I don't know anything about. Other than what I watch on YouTube or whatever, but that's all I have.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And now that you said we just kind of met, and what is your impression? You told me I was taller.
You were so tall. I mean, that's normal for me. Everybody's taller than me, but you are way beyond the normal taller person.
Yeah, I've heard that. I am 6'3", but you're not that short. I mean, my guest before you was my friend Sam Humphrey from The Greatest Showman. Oh. He's 4'2".
He's pretty short. Yes.
Have you seen his performance in the movie?
I love The Greatest Showman.
Yeah, Sam is great.
Yes.
Love that dude. Shout out Sam, love you, brother. But yeah, he's a short guy, so I don't think that's short. That man's short.
Okay, all right. No competition.
Yeah. So, but in a sense of me being tall, I got to tell you, I don't even see short people as a thing because everybody is just short to me. So it's just not even
just
a
one
thing
level
that's thought about anymore. Like I don't even look at. It's kind of weird. I guess being a shorter person, having a lot of taller people around you, I guess you would maybe height would occupy mind more because you're. There's people hovering, like these large humans just like towering over you. I don't think about that often, so I guess, it doesn't happen unless I don't have any basketball player friends, So I don't have to think about that.
Yeah, you might have to like maybe try it out one day. See what it's like.
I might have to give it a shot.
I don't know. Do we have to like roll you on a wheelchair or something?
I may have to cut off my knees.
Okay.
And we'll see what happens.
That's a thought. I didn't even think about that, but yeah.
Well, we talked about it on the last podcast. I could join the short club if I cut off my knees. Sam said he would indoctrinate me himself.
Oh, perfect. Okay. That would make it completely official.
There we go. Tell me a little bit about your business. You are an entrepreneur on top of being a super mom and a chicken mom.
Yes.
So let's talk about your business a little bit, Donna.
Yes. Okay.
So what do you do? How long have you been doing it? When did you start? What do you do?
Sure. So I'm a custom t-shirt printer. And I've been doing it for...
Tell that to them.
Oh, I am a custom t-shirt printer. I've been doing it for over 13 years. I actually started it when I was pregnant with my first baby. Yeah. Can you imagine that? Like trying to print and do everything.
Super mom. Hard-working super mom. That's what I'm saying. That's exactly. Unique.
It's a special type of printing. So it's called direct to garment. So, the normal screen printing is what people normally associate printing with. It's when you make screens and you have to push the ink through the screens. And
you said normal people are associated with, like, I don't know how printing works. Normal people don't know how printing works. So explain it to us. So
yes.
So the normal printing process is with a screen, right?
Yes. So if you want to print anything, you have to print it in bulk. Because it takes so much time and effort to make one screen, and you have to make a screen per each color. So it's not ideal if you want a multicolored image, and it's not ideal if you want one t-shirt.
Very
But
time consuming.
yeah. But here's the thing. 13 years ago, or actually before then, I came across technology in which you could print shirts one at a time in full color, and I didn't need to make a screen and touch all those harsh chemicals. So I thought that was the coolest thing ever.
When you said you came across a technology, did you invent this technology, or what tech? Is it something none of us know about it? What is this technology?
Believe it or not, I was walking at the LA County Fair, and somebody was, I guess, selling the machines. And I said, "What is this?" And the reason why I thought was so cool is because there's something else that I have to reveal to the audience. And I wanted to tell you guys that I'm a curler. So around that same time period, I was learning how to curl. And
curler, like for hair? What is a curler?
It's so funny because that's the first thing people say, but you would have thought that people would be like maybe muscle curling, but no, most people
You're
say
a bisexual curler?
No.
You like that play on word, bisexual? Oh, that's gonna be the title of this podcast. Bisexual curlers.
Okay, fine. That might work.
Okay, what is curlers?
Okay, so the winter sport, like in the Olympics where there's a sheet of ice, there's a target on both sides, and they're throwing rocks, and they're yelling like, hard, hurry, and they're sweeping, and
I think so.
You only see it during the Winter Olympics, honestly.
Okay.
It's gained popularity because the
And this is what you do?
Yes, yeah. Because the U.S. men won gold. John Schuster and his Team Schuster. Woo! I'm gonna do a shout out to my friends.
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely. Yeah. So this is just like a whole new world for me. I'm sure a bunch of the viewers as well. Go more into it.
Yes, because I look exactly like a person that you would find curling.
Really, I guess
a tropical island girl, Filipino, definitely roots where curling starts.
Nice. And how long have you been curling?
I guess it would be 15 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is
it's a long time.
That's a sport I just didn't even really. I don't think a lot of people acknowledge. Maybe.
No.
Good to spread that awareness.
Yeah, it's fun when I talk to people who have never ever heard of curling before, and I have to describe it, and then I say, forget it. We'll just put up the YouTube video, and then they have a better concept.
Weird. Could you describe it in very layman's terms,
Sure.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay. So let me explain first. The reason why I started my t-shirt printing business is because of curling, and I needed uniforms. So that's why. That's exactly why. I wanted to print t-shirts for myself. It's very selfish.
That is not selfish. That is a go-getter.
Oh, okay.
I love that.
I'll take that.
Yes, you should. And it's not easy running a company.
Oh, no, I did everything. I built the website and bookkeeping. And
good for you.
I had to talk to so many people.
Of course.
All pregnant, for having 4 babies during this whole time. So I'm curling and doing a business and being pregnant all throughout the whole time.
You're curling pregnant.
Yes, I did.
Interesting.
My first tournament, my first major tournament, I think I was 5 months pregnant.
Wow, that's wild. So tell the camera in layman's terms the curling.
Sure. Okay. Imagine a sheet of ice that is very, very flat, and there's a lane, kind of like a bowling lane. And on each side of the lane is a target, kind of like, I don't know, like a dart target board, but on the floor. And what you're doing is that you have this big rock, and it's about that big. It has a handle, and it's made out of solid granite. It's 42 pounds, and you're basically sliding on the ice and pushing it and releasing the rock so that it lands somewhere on the other side. And hopefully you want your rock to land in the target, and you want as many of those rocks as you want, closer to the target than your opponent. And at the end of that, you get to count the number of points. And how you win is having the most amount of points.
I think there's a minigame in Hogwarts Legacy on PS5 for that.
Oh, I have no idea. I've never played that before.
Wow, but that's really cool. And that's curling.
Yes, yeah. And you yell stuff, like.
What do you yell? Fuck off!
I mean, you could. Most of the time they say, hurry.
Oh, hurry.
Harder, or I don't know, like
You suck!
We've heard that many times.
Oh, that's not nice.
Yeah, no, it's not nice. Usually.
Do you suck? Is that why you've heard it?
You know what?
I don't think you could do something for 15 years solid and say you suck.
I like to think that, okay, first of all, let me just say that I'm going to proudly say that I am probably the best Filipino woman curler in the world for now, until somebody can top me.
Holy shit.
Right now. Right.
Hold on a second. Donna Umali, I have the world's greatest Filipino curler on the Parlor right now.
Filipino woman.
Filipino curler. Fuck the dudes.
Okay, but
what is a dude in 2024 anyway, right?
Right. Let's give more power to the women.
Exactly. Wow. That's commendable, and you're not just being big-headed. This is real.
Yeah, I found out that I had Filipino citizenship. It's through my mom mainly. My dad is Filipino, but because apparently if you give up your citizenship and you give birth to children, then they don't become Filipino anymore.
Interesting, because I was actually going to say that before you told me you were Hawaiian.
Oh, okay.
Or from Hawaii.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, I was going to...
This look is 100% Filipino.
I had a friend growing up who was Filipino, and I just kind of, I don't know, I felt it, Mm-hmm. You guys have great skin, though.
I do love my skin. I love the skin color.
Speaking of skin, you did something very strange before the Parlor started, before we started rolling, and I said...
Tell them.
Oh, I'm going to tell them. I said, what are you doing? She asked me if I had olive oil. I'm thinking she's going to cook something. Before the show starts. I was like, what the fuck? Nope. She wants olive oil to lather her body in. She's got ashy skin, so I want olive oil. Listen to me. This is the weirdest thing. It is so sweet and heartwarming, though. And I just loved it. So I got the olive oil here so you can see.
Are you serious?
Right here.
I forgot to put on lotion.
I want everyone to see her put this on because this is. Please don't stain the infamous orange couch. Little dab. Oh, look at that. Perfect.
Usually, I do use lotion, but oops, sorry. I didn't want to spill it too much.
You're making me nervous.
Okay. So yes, I did ask for it, and I did put it on my skin. And
look, she's doing it.
There's.
Who puts olive oil on their skin? It must be a Hawaiian thing.
I mean, you would think in the Roman days that they put it all over their hair and their skin. That's what I thought.
Was it Pompeian olive oil? Virgin? Light tasting, frying, bake?
I'm wondering if they had higher quality.
They may have.
Straight from the tree.
They may have. Wow.
Yeah.
That is just so bizarre, but it's so like, I love it. It's so...
Well, this part was, I guess I spent a little too much extra time in the sun, and what ended up happening is I had some peelage here. So I was kind of concerned about it. I just put it on there.
I love that you're so attentive to your skin, though. Yeah. And whether it's ashy or not, because I honestly just don't give a fuck. My fucking elbows are probably crisping like an ashtray of a cigarette smoker. They're probably disgusting.
Here, you might need it.
Yeah, rub some. Oh, there we go. Thank you. Now I got
there
olive oil elbows.
Now you know the trick.
I'm joining the club.
Well, I think the best combination for skin protection, and don't quote me here.
Okay.
I use this. there was one time where I had a chiropractor who made her own lotions, and she did it with beeswax, and I think olive oil was in it, coconut oil, and shea butter. And I think that was the base foundation of what she gave me. And there was one time when the children needed to go do their swim lessons, and I forgot their sunscreen. And I have to say, I was like, what?
Sounds like you're going to cook your children.
I mean, in the sun, you probably would be cooking them.
Yeah.
So I basically took that lotion and lathered their entire skin, and they didn't burn.
Are these your chickens? Did you sprinkle breadcrumbs on them?
The chickens, they have their own protection, I think.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know if I were to put olive oil on chickens. I have to visualize it and see what might happen.
Gosh. Yeah, that is just look. Yeah. It's not the weirdest thing I've ever heard, but it's one of the. Here's a weird combination of it. It's one of the weirdest, coupled with sweetest. I don't know why it sounds sweet to me. I don't know why, but it just sounds very wholesome. Oh, I'm gonna put some olive oil on my skin. I'm just like, it just sounds very wholesome to me. I don't know why. I'm just a strange individual when it comes to that. But let's go back to your business.
Oh, yes.
You also brought a box full of stuff here to show off. I'm going to grab it for you in a second.
Yes. Okay.
Because I'm a gentleman. I'm not going to make you carry it. So let me go grab that for you. We'll bring this box. We'll put it right here. And we'll dig through some stuff and see what you brought us.
Yeah, sounds good. I thought you might need visuals. So
visuals are good, especially in 4K. Visuals are great. So hang on. I'm leaving the show to you while I go get that box.
Sure. All right.
You got it.
I can talk to them about how I started curling.
Whatever you want. It's going to take you like 20 minutes to get this thing.
Sure. Yeah, I was basically watching the Olympics in 2006. It was
and we're back.
Oh, there you go. So fast. It's like perfect.
You can continue about your Olympic story if you like.
Oh yeah, so I was watching it, and I thought it was such a strange sport, and I made fun of it. I had no idea what was going on. I had to Google everything. I Googled, how do you count all the points? What are they yelling? Why the sweeping? Like, why? What does a sweeping do?
What does the sweeping do?
Oh, I'm glad you asked that question.
No, you asked it, not me. Okay. I just copied you. Look at this. It's like pointing right at the camera. So, that's probably, there we go.
There you go. Okay, so this is a type of one of our brooms. I think the camera will see the whole thing. So here, I'll show you one of the heads. So this is a synthetic broom. It used to be corn brooms back in the day.
Wait, so I don't understand. You made the broom or you made the design on the broom?
I made none of this. This is not my stuff.
You didn't make this. So you're showing this.
This is just curling.
This is just curling equipment. Yeah. I wasn't sure what this box was that you brought.
It's a box of surprises. Yes. Okay. Let me show you. Let me dig in here. Okay.
Everything
hold on.
You're showing me. So this is a curling stick. Yeah, this is essentially a hockey stick for a curler.
Essentially, yes, it is one of our tools.
A golf club for a golfer.
This part here scrubs the ice, and what happens is on the ice there's these little. They told us when we were first learning how to curl, they're like little pyramids that get shaven down, and they're called pebbles. So they basically throw hot water in the air, the water comes down, it freezes on the ice and creates this pebble look, and that's what the rock glides on. And when you're sweeping, it actually melts that pebble down, so when the rock is going, so wait, I have to explain. It's called curling because as you're delivering the rock, you're giving it a turn, like this way or that way. So it will go like this or like that.
This has grip on it.
It does, yes.
It's designed pretty...
It's also fiberglass.
High-techy. Pretty cool.
Yeah, very lightweight.
And this is yours.
Yes, this is my...
You've won with this shit.
Lie
to us and tell us you've won.
Lie
to us and tell us you've won.
I won against Kenya.
I love that. That is awesome.
Yes, this was actually used in our game in Canada where I was in the Pan Continental for the first time representing the Philippines. So there we go. Yeah.
Wow. There's history to that thing.
Yeah. I should really design it.
Do you have a name for it?
No, I don't. I should name it. My goodness. But
How do you not have a name for it?
It hasn't come to me. Names just don't appear just like that. I have to kind of like.
Have you named your children yet?
I was holding them for 9 months, so I was able to kind of, well, less than 9 months. I was able to kind of dig in and feel, and maybe get a sense of something that I would like to name this child when it came out.
Okay, but we have names for them now.
Yes, we do.
Wonderful.
We
And the
do.
chickens have names.
Not all of them. No. Here's the thing.
How can you tell them they can retire, but they don't have a name to retire with?
The first sets of chickens had names.
They died.
Yes, they all passed
Did
away.
you eat them? Did you honor them by eating them?
I did not eat any of my chickens.
Good.
I don't think I could ever do it. It's
Do
just too
you
hard.
eat chicken, though?
Okay, I can eat chicken, but I have had to overhaul my whole diet. I eat more fruits and vegetables than anything, and if I were going to eat any meat, it would definitely not be chicken, and definitely won't be pork.
Well, because as the mother of six chickens,
yes,
you just don't eat chicken.
No, I can't.
Have you eaten chicken?
Yes, I have eaten chicken. Poor thing.
What was its name?
Oh.
Was it one of yours?
No, it was never.
She's lying.
When chickens die, here's the thing: you don't know what exactly caused the death.
You cut off their head, Donna. That's why it died.
You could make sure it's dead by doing that. Yes, I have to say that's one way of doing it.
You have a very soft spot for chickens as a chicken owner.
Yes.
Do you sleep they sleep in your bed and shit, or they got a barn?
They would definitely shit in the bed if you were to sleep.
You don't want to do that. All right, let's go back to this because I have ADHD and I go off the rails.
Yes, I will try to keep up. Here you go.
Look at this.
These are shoes. These are curling shoes
that you wore on the moon.
It feels like I'm gliding.
Oh, okay, that's what that is.
So this is a gripper.
A gripper.
And this is Teflon, where we get one foot that slides on the ice.
Can I see the bottom?
I wish I could show you the pose.
Look at that. It looks like tap dancing shoes.
It does make noise like tap dancing. In fact, I can demonstrate it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, this is so we don't kill ourselves. Right there.
This shit's pretty dirty too, huh?
It's these shoes are old. It is time for an upgrade.
Yeah.
There you go.
Okay.
And then
you've
you.
done some shit with this.
I thought I would bring you a crown because you have some fabulous hair.
You brought me a crown.
Yes, because I'm on the PQ Curling, Philippine Queens of Curling. By the way, pqcurling.com. So I have my crown myself over here.
Oh no. You have one too?
Yes, right here.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
wear it with you.
So we are the
Where should I
Philippine.
put mine? Can you
Maybe
do it
here.
for me?
Okay, I'll show you how to do it. I'll show
do
you
it
what
for
it's
me.
done. Okay. Oops.
Did yours fall out? No.
Yeah. Okay. So what I like to do is I like to kind of like make a little bunchy there, and then stick it in the bunch, and there you go. I think that's fabulous.
Look good?
I think so. We have to make sure.
I got a receding hairline, so don't put it in that.
No. You can. And maybe it might.
I think you unplugged your headset.
I did.
So you can't hear yourself.
No, I cannot. Okay, here.
You might be the you might take the crown. Thanks for, you might take the crown for having unplugging the most. Having to put your headphones on the most times in one podcast session.
The most technical difficulty.
No, trust me, we've had a lot of those.
Okay.
Trial and error, baby.
Yeah, this is what we used to do in the olden days. Like when I was first.
Can you see it okay, my crown?
Yeah.
Or should it be on this side for
good.
the camera? What do you think?
I think because you're facing this way,
it fine?
shows. Yeah, it
Perfect.
shows the best.
So what is this?
So this is also a slider.
It looks like something Beetlejuice would wear.
Yeah, I guess the black and white stripes. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
That would be an interesting meme if somebody could put that together using AI.
I'll put those on.
So this is the budget way of sliding on the ice if you can't afford the shoes, because the shoes are very expensive.
Really?
So you stick it onto your foot and you just slide on the ice. So
look at those.
Can you see that?
So you have those
Yeah.
because you used those before you got these shoes.
Yeah, the shoes are very fancy. Okay, so I brought different uniforms and whatever, but that's not important. But I did bring a
Why
shirt.
is it not important? Did you design a uniform?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
That's
okay,
why
that's
I'm
not
trying
important
to.
then.
I'm trying to get down to the.
I'd like to see something that you've designed if you have.
Yeah, I'm getting. Where is it? It's supposed to be a little gift for you. There you go. Oh, wait, not that
A
one.
gift for me?
Yeah. Okay. Here we go. I hope you are a size large or extra large.
I'm not fat. I'm a medium.
Medium?
But I can do
Okay,
a
but you
large.
know what?
Let's do a large.
I did bring extra shirts to show my Hollywood curling. So these are medium. There, that's for you.
Oh my
And
God!
then
Look at this. I
Yep.
love that.
That's an extra shirt. So it's
Donna,
full. Listen,
thank you.
It's full color, and it's hold on a second.
How sweet!
It actually is Hollywood Curling is the club that I belong to. House of Hearts is the charity that I participated in. So these are one of our extra shirts, and then this one is our Filipino shirts.
I love that.
So
Read it.
Ice
It's covering my face.
Ice isn't just for halo halo curling Pilipinas. So halo halo is actually a ice dessert that you make. It's like ice, condensed milk, and fruits.
Oh wow!
So now that we have a Filipino curling team, we can expand our horizons with ice.
This is amazing. Do we have like a social media anybody can go to see the Filipino curling team?
So if you want to follow my women's team, it's PQ Curling, and that's on Instagram, Twitter, all of your favorite places. And then we're the Philippine Queens of Curling. And if you want to follow just our whole Philippine Federation, which is completely brand new, it is Curling Pilipinas.
Thank you.
Have you noticed that the color is full colored, and if you touch the ink, you can't tell where the ink starts and stops? It's embedded in the fabric.
That is some high quality shit,
Yeah,
Donna.
that's my printer right there.
You made this.
Yes, yeah.
For me.
With my muscle.
She made this for me.
My other curling.
That is so sweet. And I swear, this is really high quality. There's not raised. It's just, look, even the cotton is coming from it. Like, you nailed it. Wow. This is incredible. Great work.
Yeah. Talk about, technology that solved a lot of issues for me. So I noticed that when I printed shirts for myself, a lot of people also had that need, you know?
I love this. That is so sweet of you. Thank you very
no
much for
problem.
giving that to me. That is so kind of you.
If I can show you a couple other things.
Oh my
So-
God, yes.
okay.
What else we
So
have here?
back in the day when I first started curling, I was on a team called Team Bond Girls, and we used to wear pink and black and kilts. So
and
here,
this was what you wore.
yeah. I went
Wow.
all over doing tournaments, and we took silly pictures and wore
Look at
pink
that.
streaks in our hair, and then we wore kilts, and we were out on the social media having lots of fun.
Wow.
We got invited to go to Scotland and play against Olympians.
Hi, Scotland, lassie.
Yeah.
How was it?
Oh, it was such a dream. You know, we did not belong in that tournament. I think at that point, I probably was curling for about 4 or 5 years. I have to think because it's after baby one was born. I took her and she was 6 months old, guys. And what I remember from that tournament was I had to pump milk while I was curling. And
Like,
it was
while you're on the field, you're like,
well in the locker room,
Oh,
you know,
the locker
and,
room, yikes.
and it was kind of nice because it wasn't alone. Team Croatia had a 5-month-old, and she was pumping along with me in the locker room.
talk
So,
about a weird coincidence.
yes,
Mama's got to do what mama's got to do.
mama curlers are, yes, we definitely have to overcome any obstacle in order to curl.
That's awesome,
Yeah.
Donna.
And I
The
am
Bond girls.
Yeah, and I'm so grateful for the Russian coach, and I can't remember her name at the time. At the time, she was in the back watching the games, and the baby was crying. She was talking to her in Russian and trying to, comfort her. So I was like, wow, what a great community,
Wow.
Yeah. So that was my first international curling experience, and I got inspired to curl more internationally. So that's kind of what led me to becoming on the Team Philippines team.
Wow.
Yeah. We used to have a dedicated facility here in LA, but it kind of got shut down during the pandemic, so I don't have a place to curl anymore.
Well, is there something you can do about that to get it up and running again? Maybe I'm sure that would influence the community and spread awareness in Los Angeles.
Yes.
As well. Why,
Yeah.
Like,
If we
what's
have,
stopping you from doing that?
if there's a person who has $1 million
What is
lying
that?
around,
Like, what about you being that person to stand up and start that community, and then maybe you guys get an investment of $1 million? Like that's how that works.
Oh,
It
yes.
takes someone to really stand up and say, hey, we need to do this?
I think step by step, yes. And there is a big community. It's not only just LA, it's also Orange County. And when we combine forces, we have hundreds of curlers here. You know, when you have a goal and you fulfill it and you are able to pull through it all the way to the end, you know, and that's what a tournament is kind of like. You know, you have to kind of pretend that you can do it. And then sometimes things might not work out the way that you had planned, and then you have to overcome those feelings as well. So.
It's interesting. You said pretend that you do it, but the crazy thing is, I've said this on my podcast many times, you know, there's no one way to do anything, but at the same time, no one knows how to do anything. No one knows really what they're doing. But the difference is between successful people and unsuccessful people and the doers and the don'ts is that those people are actually doing it despite not knowing how to do. They're just doing it.
Sometimes life throws very surprising things at you, right? So I found myself competing in nationals. Again, probably didn't have any business competing at this high level. Like we're competing against people bound for the Olympics, and this is the U.S. Nationals competition. So I found myself being one of like 10 teams. I think they needed 10, and you know, our team at the time was quite controversial. Because, you know, when people are in this route to do this high level type of competition, they usually go through what's called, I can't remember what it's called. It's like a high, it's like you go through high training and you go to this camp and you have to be specifically chosen to go through that route. I think that's why John Schuster's team was quite special, because they didn't qualify for the camp at first, but then they had to do it the hard way, which is by themselves without any support. And they did it that way. And then they got added into the camp. So we were one of those who were fully self-funded. And we basically, you know, paid for our plane ticket, paid for the competition fee. And we ended up last in the, what's called a women's, it's like a women's, tournament where all the women just play together, and for some reason they went down that line, and then we ended up with a spot to play at nationals. So for me, you know, there's that point, that small part of me that was kind of like, what am I doing here? You know, maybe I'm an imposter in a sense, where, you know, I didn't like have this amount of skill set to be called, you know, a national team competitor. But this part of me was saying, hey, Donna, you came up to this to give it a try, and nobody else before you did it. So whoever could have taken that spot, they didn't do what you had done. So
you're that person.
I am that person.
You're that person.
Yeah. So then I had to literally pretend that I was a professional athlete. And
well, that's the thing. You're not pretending. You are a professional athlete at that point.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Everyone's pretending in a sense, but you are what people see you as, and you know you, and you're like, I'm not a professional, but they saw you're like, that's a professional. I don't know who that is. That's professional. You know what I mean?
Well,
you just have to own it.
Yeah. Every single day, this thing is 10 days long, the tournament itself, and you have to go in for practice, and then you have to, compete either 1 or 2 games a day. Right. So I was literally eating, sleeping, practicing, thinking, strategizing, everything curling. And I was a professional athlete.
You go.
I figured out like what it was like. You know, it's quite a different lifestyle, I have to say, than somebody who did a 9-to-5 job. You know.
Well, anything that requires immense sacrifice, and anything that's like just pivots out of the ordinary, it's gonna be very different than a normal 9-to-5.
Yeah.
Us humans, we're not even supposed to be working 9-to-5s.
I don't think so. It doesn't feel natural to me. I guess that's why I haven't done a 9-to-5 for the past, 14 years or so.
It's been, 9-to-5. I was in the hospitality before I dropped everything and started my company 4 years ago. So I wasn't even 9 to 5. I was just a bartender for 10 years.
Holy cow. Well, that must have been fun throwing up stuff.
Well, I mean, that's what happens when you're an actor. You're in the restaurant business. So I was an actor who was bartending. Now I did some writing, and then I was like, I could do this. Started my own production company. Quit everything. So
Nice. I mean, you kind of have to, because it needs all your concentration in order for you to do that. Before I stopped working a regular
let's
job.
talk about that. You're in the industry as well.
Yeah, it wasn't a 9 to 5. It was more like a 9 to 9 sometimes, or like a 9 to.
So let's talk about that. What did you do? Because before you were a super mom, chicken mom, and entrepreneur extravagant and curler.
Yes.
Before you were all these wonderful things, you were like me. You were a filmmaker in the industry. Mm-hmm. So what did you do? Were you an editor? What did you do?
So I actually wore a lot of different hats, because in the film industry, you kind of have to.
Indeed.
Yeah. So, when I started my interest in film and TV, it was actually in elementary school. And we created like fake rain, and I loved it. We did like this fake broadcast, and I said, I wonder what it would take to do more of it. And my high school had a media and communications program, and I signed up for it, and I knew this is exactly what I wanted to do. So I came to California and did film school.
So you moved here with the dream of becoming an actress.
Oh, it was an actress.
Oh, no,
filmmaker first.
Filmmaker.
Yeah.
So you moved to LA to become a filmmaker.
Yeah, exactly. And then so I actually did a pretty good job in film school. I was able to like work on a few projects, and then what ended up happening was I even had an internship at the Cannes Film Festival.
Nice.
I had a pretty cool, I feel like there are almost like 3 different Donnas. The first part was this film school person, and then I have this mom, and then I have this alter ego that does strange things like curling and write songs and stuff like that. So all these different people are in my life, but I don't know.
You're just an ultra creative. You're a hyper creative person, and that's what it is.
Yes. So coming out of college, I had a logging job. Do you know what that is? It's in reality television, and you had to basically type everything that you see. So we'll just say that you are a person, and we give you a code. So you would be HM1, and then we would type HM1. Walks into the room, sits in the couch. He says this to HM2.
Okay, so basically you're writing a script for reality.
I was writing a script that had already been shot, and I was documenting every second of it.
Oh my God, how tedious.
That was my first job.
Holy shoot me in the fucking face.
Yeah, and it was during that time period, it was very abusive. Long hours.
Young person coming into Hollywood trying to learn some shit. And it's whatever, was that early 2000, mid 2000s?
Yes, yeah,
obviously
exactly.
You're gonna get there was really weird shit going on. That was before the rise of social media, before the Me Too shit. So definitely
so many bad
people were
things.
treating you poorly, I'm sure of it.
But what I learned was that those experiences kind of connected me with the right people, and I knew what I didn't want to do anymore.
Of course.
So I learned right away that I'll stop this logging job and go into a better job, and at that time was assistant editing. So I did assistant editing for reality television, and in fact I did do some of that on The Apprentice with Donald Trump. So before he became president. So I've seen his footage.
You're fired.
Yeah.
You're fired.
So it's fascinating.
You were an editor on what was it called again?
Assistant editor, and
what was the show called again?
The Apprentice.
Yeah, The Apprentice.
Yes.
My mom and dad loved that.
Celebrity Apprentice, because that's the one in California.
Donna Umali was the assistant editor on Celebrity Apprentice with Donald Trump. She got to see him say, "You're fired" so many fucking times on the screen.
Yep.
Because in that editor room, it's just repeat.
Yeah.
You get it right, and then you go back to the next. Oh my God.
I believe that boardroom had like 17 plus cameras, and all of them had to be logged and put on a timeline, and it's a lot of fun.
Oh my God. Yeah. Oh goodness. Wow. So that was like your introduction into this business, I guess?
Yes, yeah.
And then did you move into like actual film, or you stayed in the reality realm?
So, when I worked for Mark Burnett, during that show, okay, I went through a lot of painful work experiences, but in that particular show, they turned union. Do you know what that means?
During the show, the crew did.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Tell them what that means.
So, during this whole entire time, we're just working whatever jobs. And that means that there's no control over like your rate or your work hours. And most people try to keep it legal, but most people do
No,
not.
they didn't. That's why they made the rule in the union, because it was abused so much.
Yeah. Sorry. Most normal jobs keep it normal, but films jobs do not.
No, well, everyone knows. Everyone
yeah.
in film knows a regular day is 10 hours, but I say 10 hours with quotes because it ain't fucking 10 hours.
No, I know. And then you don't seem to like remember anything, so it gets even worse. So yeah, so they turned union, so that opened up a whole world of opportunities. And then I actually jumped from the non-scripted world into the scripted world. So one of the shows that I worked on was Smallville.
Nice.
Yeah,
Assistant
for
editor in
WB.
Smallville?
Yes, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, and I have to say that was one of my best experiences in my life. I mean, that show had incredibly beautiful people that I got to stare at all day long.
That's funny. That's an interesting job, though, being assistant editor on the show Smallville.
Mm-hmm.
I know you were only in the post-production team, but did you meet anybody, did you make any nice connections that you still have today that you're friends with and you connect with? And
yes, I all of these people that I had been lucky to meet, I still are friends and connect with, and I see them we see each other on Facebook. Granted, I haven't, when we have children, I feel like maybe I'm going through a whole like shift, right? I basically put all my resources and all my time and efforts for all the kids stuff, and I have to say I did feel a part of me that kind of died in a sense. Like I know people have said that, but it does kind of feel like that, I
I don't know if I want children.
But if you're aware of it, then you maybe don't have to make the same mistakes as I did, because I basically didn't give enough love and care for the things that maybe needed to feed my soul and my creative, my creative need.
But the thing is, when you become a mother, everyone knows motherhood comes first. And the kids come first.
Yes.
So there you
exactly.
go. I commend you for putting them first and putting your dreams aside, because that takes strength. But at the same time, if you've got the balance and you can create that balance, you do what Donna wants to do.
Yes. So I learned it kind of like semi-hard way. So over time, what the business did for me during that time period. So I worked on scripted shows.
Yeah.
And then I found out I was pregnant after I worked on Smallville. And I was like, oh dear.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Oh dear. What do I do now? And
oh dear.
It was supposed to be maybe a 1-year break from doing this kind of job and then come back. But it didn't quite work out that way. So this is what my life kind of looked like afterwards. So I said I would take a break for 1 year. I think it was only 1 month after giving birth, I was called on a job.
Nice. That's good.
Yeah. And I was like, I just gave birth to a baby, right? Can I bring the baby?
They're like, yeah, sure. Pump your breast on set.
They said yes.
Of course they said yes.
Because it was post-production, and
That's
I could
right.
be in a room, and I could do my work, and it
ain't no 9 to 5.
No,
that's right.
No. And so that's what I did for just a month, because they needed an emergency person to fill in, and I guess I was that emergency person. So for all those years, if somebody wanted to take a vacation for a week, they would call me up, and I would be like, "Hey, mom-in-law, can you help me?" And then
your child must be the youngest person to ever be in an editing room on Smallville.
Yeah, that was for Good Luck Charlie.
For Good Luck Charlie.
Yeah, at that time. So I've worked on all sorts of different.
Wait, that's a movie.
It's
Dane
a TV
Cook.
show for.
No, that's not a movie with Dane Cook.
Disney.
Oh yes.
About the baby.
I do remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah, I was older, but I do recall that. Yeah.
Yeah, but I just needed to finish out the show, so they needed somebody just to do the handiwork of just piecing it and packaging it with a bow.
Yeah.
And they can store it in the archives. So that's what I did. So every so often, so this is what my life looked like. I was basically 100% mom, but every so often I did t-shirt printing when calls came in, and every so often I would do assistant editing work and camera. So I used to do some minor league sports. I used to do concerts and some other weird, things that they did in the studio. There was a
Like pornos? What do you mean weird things they did in the studio?
well, there was this one show where they had a gaming competition, and the seat would go on fire, and the person, every time, like, you had a negative thing, so you were like burning as you were playing. I don't know, it's just this weird, I don't know, I can't describe it any other way, but yeah, so
interesting description.
yeah, I don't know, it's some online gaming show for some reason.
So, I'm pretty big in the gaming
I don't
world. I
know.
love the games and all that.
So be careful.
Never heard
your
of that.
your seed might have negative consequences
My
if you don't.
seed? I don't know what a
your
seed.
Your seat.
Oh, seat.
Like your gamer seat.
It
They
gets
tricked
hot?
it. Yeah, they tricked it out so
That's
that
fucked up.
Yeah, exactly. So you're like sweating as you're trying to like kill people.
Oh, that's fucked up.
So I had to tape that on one of the shoots so I would get called in for some of this strange stuff.
And
Yeah.
when you said that with camera, were you a camera assistant? Were you a cinematographer? Were you focus puller?
Oh, for the studio shoots, it's just camera operator. And yes, so that was camera
Operator.
I was the camera woman.
Love that.
Yeah, but when I come on set, nobody really expects me to be the camera operator for some reason. So yeah, and then I just go straight to my position, and then they're like, okay, oh, she's the camera op.
Wow.
Yeah.
That reminds me. I'm gonna place this down here so
Okay, sure.
so we have better. There we go. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go. I was gonna put it right. All right. Oh, you dropped something. What's this?
Oh, my kids leave things. So this is just a game thing that my I guess.
It's a pirate.
Yeah, I guess
And
it
a
came from
skull.
a board game.
Oh, okay. I'll put it back in there.
They
so
they
you play
leave
with it.
treasures everywhere. Like
That's so
in my
funny.
in my purse, there's probably a whole bunch of treasures.
That's
in
funny.
there. Who knows?
So back to the filmmaking.
Yes.
Because you've got all these aspects of you.
Yes.
So do you still work on film anything in the film industry? Are you still a filmmaker?
I was having a lot of distractions. The plan was that I was supposed to have these I was supposed to have a baby, and I ended up with 4. And then
Not at the same time though.
no, I did want twins.
Is it running your family?
My mom had twins, but she lost them, and then there's twins in my dad's side that just kind of pop up.
Then. You should
But-
try again. Maybe you'll get them.
I think so, but it can't happen now because I'm not. There's no baby making going on right now. So.
Okay.
All right.
To keep
So-
it PG.
Okay.
on an otherwise R-rated podcast. Okay.
Yes, maybe. I mean, I was supposed to have 1 kid, and then I ended up with 4. And then during the time where I was doing my t-shirt printing, I was supposed to be writing, and it was just so hard for me to do 120. How long is your feature script? 126.
Here, you tell me.
Okay. Oh dear, here it comes. Woo! Oh dear Lord. Okay. Yes. See.
There you go.
I mean, with 4 children, it can get. Oh my God.
Yeah, that's kind of a long one. I wanted you to see that one first.
This is
It's
incredible.
a nearly 3-hour film. And this one?
Yeah. This is.
That's a normal 100-page.
This is life
And this
without.
one's short and sweet, 83 pages.
Oh, this is life without children.
Indeed. This is no life at all, actually. That's what this is. But this is only 3. I've written 10 features.
Holy cow!
And this is
hyperproductive.
This is only the first one that we're doing right away, right out of my production company. So we've got 9 more that are written out, ready to come after this. But we've got obviously a 25-year roadmap
Oh, I like that.
Productions. Yeah, you gotta have that longevity.
I found out that writing 120 or 80 pages might be a little bit more challenging, so I decided that maybe I could just...
It is a discipline.
Yes.
It's a discipline to write.
So I said, why not switch gears a little bit and give myself a little more leeway? And I said, let's just write songs. So songs, as you know, because I know you're a songwriter.
How do you know that?
Oh, I watched your podcast and I heard you're rapping.
Oh, no. Which one? The Star Wars one?
Yeah. So
Oh,
that
my
was a
goodness.
good one.
Thanks. Yeah, I got original songs, but that's for later.
And then so I started teaching myself how to write songs, and then I enrolled. I said, what would it take to write a real song? Because I didn't know if what I was writing was even a song, because I didn't know what a song looked like.
Well, did you have 8 to 16 bars and then a repeating line that went on for a few more bars, and then did you repeat that? Because that's a chorus and a hook, and you pretty much got a song. That's it. You just need 2 verses and a fucking hook.
I actually wrote rap first. Mm-hmm.
When you create, anybody out there, when you create, you need to create with your own selfish desires of that creative concept in mind, and then you will have gold. I gotta say, you're quite an interesting human being, Donna.
Well, yeah.
This has been quite the eventful podcast, I must say. You're very unique. You're a super mom. You're an entrepreneur. You're a chicken mom. You're a curler. You're from Hawaii and you're Filipino.
Yes.
I mean, there's just so many aspects. You've done editing
Yep.
for movies and shows. And without further ado, Donna, get the fuck out and don't let the door hit you on the way out.
All right.
Don't forget your box of clothes, too.
No, I have to back.
Get the fuck out.
You can keep the shirt, though.
Oh, I know. I'm keeping
all
this.
right.
Get the fuck out.
All right.
You forgot your box.